Ahoy there! Today's offerings come to us from MeepFrog Games, makers of fine games and accessories. Firstly, let's take a look at their wooden meeples, which are up on Kickstarter right now. These micro-gentlemen are intended to be dispensed from a machine like the gumballs of old, specifically the Meeple Machine. And though we have no images of this device as of this review, it certainly sounds like the kind of thing I'd be likely to drop some coins into. Gamers are often known to invest a great deal of time, energy, and/or money into upgrading our gaming bits and pieces. And we found these to be good earthy tokens that would replace any regular ones nicely. But first of all, it needs to be mentioned that the ones that we received are early versions, and may or may not accurately reflect the finished product. I'm told there will at least be some difference in the lacquering. Now then, they come in a variety of flavors, the first three of which are red oak, tiger wood, and cherry. Now these look great, but they are slightly rough around the edges. Still, I'd happily upgrade any existing meeps I've got with these ones. New options will unlock as the stretch goals are reached, and here's a few that we can show you right now. Purple Heart, Ipe, and I did have to look up how to say that, by the way, and various painted colors. Now here's where we had a few issues. The Ipe left a faint oil mark on the shipping envelope, and the blue one left a few blue marks where it was rubbing on the paper. Now again, these aren't the finished versions, and I'm guessing that you won't have this problem, or it's just a new Meeple issue that'll work itself out. I don't really know that much about woodworking. In addition to their custom meeples, they will also be offering a companion game called MeepFrog. This is a 2-player micro game, and it plays very fast. I believe the game board will be silk screened on fabric of some sort, but ours will be paper, so bear with us a second. All you need to get started is the board, these meeples, and a pouch. Setup goes like this. You're going to take your 3 black meeples, set them aside for now. We're going to load the pouch with the rest. That'd be 6 red meeples for your red player, 6 blue meeples for your blue player, and then 3 white meeples. We'll be using grays. It's all I got in a pinch. Shake that up. The black meeples are going to stand up in the middle of the pond, and this is the only time anyone will ever be standing here. Your areas out here are the shore. This is where your meeples will stand. The pond in the middle is where you'll be, well, let's say fishing. You're going to hop over things to score points. You're going to determine first player. The rules say it's the person with the best ribbit. We're just going to flip a coin. And the red player will start first. This is the red side of the board, this is the blue side, because we say so. There's 2 things you can do on your turn. You can draw, or you can jump. And there's nothing to jump yet, so we're going to draw. We got a red meeple, which is great because it's the red player's turn. Now I'm going to place it here, and it can be scored if I can hop over it. Now, since it's one of mine, I can draw again, or do something else again. I'm going to draw. This time I got a blue. That's the bad guys for me, because red hates blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up here on the shore. I'm going to put it in a corner where it's got one of these things blocking its path. That's not a great place to be, so that's where I want my enemy. At this point, it's Blue's turn. And he's going to draw. Blue gets a blue. So I'm going to make a similar move. I'm going to drop it in the water right here on the pond. Next, I pull a white, which in this case is actually more gray. Now what these do is you're going to set it aside, doesn't go back in the pouch, and I'm going to pick 2 meeples to go back into the pouch from the play area. Since I'm the blue player, I don't want red out here where it can turn into points for my enemy. And I don't want this guy in my way, because you cannot jump over standing black meeples. And I don't get another turn after that. So now it's red's turn again. Let's see what we've got. Red gets a red. Now what I can do is I can place it here and attempt to score it, or I can put it here in blue's way to try to force them to make me a point. But I don't see a reason why they would do that, so I'm just going to put it over here and try to come at it. And I draw again. This time I draw one of my enemies. These are undesirable spots because they're blocked in, so that's exactly where I want to put this guy. Another thing to note is that you can't put him here, where he's across from someone else, because they need to be able to make the jump on the off chance they can get all the way across, so he can't go there. But I'm going to put him here for now. And now, it's the blue player's turn. Blue gets blue, and blue will put it right here in front of his standing. If he wanted to, he could jump, splash in the water, which would lose his meeple. It goes back into the pouch. Or I can attempt to bridge that gap. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So instead of jumping, I'm going to draw again. Aha! This time I draw a black meeple. These are wild. They count for whichever team happens to be taking the turn. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put it there. So now, my guy can make the jump. He jumps over this one, over this one, over this one, and lands safely on the other side like a boss. Now these are now points. So I'm going to add them to the blue scoring area. And he stays right there. All right, and that's the turn, and the first one to the scoreboard. Now it's red's turn. Let's see what we've got to work with. And it's another white. So we're up to 2 now. Now red can take 2 pieces from the board. Well, that one's doing a nice job of blocking. We don't want to get rid of him. This one I'm going to go ahead and get rid of because I need some space to play. And while we're at it, we might get rid of one of these blues as well because I don't like him there. Challenging my authority. All right, so now it's the blue turn. Let's see how we do. Blue draws a red. And there's no way I'm going to put it in the pond where it can be scored if I don't have to. So I'm just going to try to get it as far away from that piece as possible. And let's put him there. See how you make do, mate. Now it's Mr. Red's turn. Red draws a red, which is very good for red, or so I've said. I'm going to put him here, which sets him up for an easy point. But do I want to draw again? Because I could get another red and then bring that up to 2 points. Or it could be a wild, which would still do the same thing. In this case, I'm going to take bird in hand, and I'm going to jump him right now, which lands him kersplash right in the water. So this will go up to the scoring area, and this will go back in the pouch. Now, Mr. Blue gets to make his move. And it's a blue. I'm putting that bad boy right here in the pond, and let's go again. And it's wild, which is just as good for me so long as it's my turn. So either I can put him here to set up for a jump, or I can put him here to set up to be jumped. I think I'm going to go with the latter. However, that does mean, if it becomes Red's turn again, that it can be something good for them. So I'm going to take my chances, and I'm going to draw again. And it's a white, which is not what Mr. Blue was hoping to see. So that goes over here, and now Blue will send 2 pieces back. And that's an easy one. Gonna get rid of the competition, and gonna get rid of this blocking meeple right here. Back into the pouch they go, along with the 3 white meeples. Once they accumulate, they go back in so that they can haunt you some more. And it is the red turn. And we start off strong with a red, which I'm going to put here, because I intend to jump it, and I also intend to harass you with it. Let's draw again. And it's another red. And I'm going to put it here and press my luck, because I have some ground to make up. And it's another red. And I'm going to take that, so I'll put it here on the shore. And then I'm going to jump these 2. 1, 2, splash, into the water I go, but 2 points are earned. And this guy goes back to the bag to towel off. And Mr. Blue, it's time for you. One other thing you can do, rather than draw or jump, and this is part of your movement, is that I can move 1 meeple of my team's color to another legal space. If I draw right now, these 2 points that would win me the game could be lost if I got a white one, or if I got a red one. So, to play it safe, I'm going to move this blue meeple from this space to this space. I'm now locked and loaded. As long as nothing happens on the next turn, he'll be ready to win the game. But in the meantime, it's Red's turn. Let's see how he's going to defeat me. Red draws a red. And here's what he's going to do. He's going to put it here on the shore so that he can immediately jump this wild meeple. So it scored for red, and then Kersplash. This one falls in the pond. Oh, I'd say things were getting exciting now. Blue simply needs 2 points to win. Will he get that point? Ah, and there it is, a wild meeple. We lay it down in the pond so we can hop it. 1, 2, splash into the water you go. Those last 2 points are logged. This guy disappears. And there's much rejoicing for fans of Blue. You've won the day. Congratulations. This game is meant as a playground for their meeples, and certainly won't knock any favorite games off of your shelf. It's an enjoyable couple of minutes when you only have that long. And if you like simple, portable games for the pub, for the park, maybe take to a festival, then throw this one in with the others. Well, that's our preview. Check out the Meeple Machine on Kickstarter, and get yourself a few gourmet meeps for your beloved games. That's all the time we've got for this Pirates Parley. Enjoy your games, and enjoy your summer.